Hello, this is Kade, and today I want to talk about the Origin Jumpworks 890 Jump. Now I know it's currently on sale in some limited batches, but probably by the time this video goes up the sale is over and they're all gone. But this is not really a sales pitch, this is more me talking about this ship because, well, it came up again and we got this relatively new composite image that somebody made, and of course these slightly older interior grey box stage imageries of the ship. And beyond that we don't really have any up-to-date visuals. Now on the website you can download the original brochure, it's right next to the name on the right, it's some small button. And the imagery in there is of course all completely out of date, as well as the statistics. But I think it still reflects fairly well on the purpose of this ship. So to start off with, I thought I would read the introduction to the brochure, page 1. It's also a little bit of a sales pitch, of course, but hey, it's a brochure. And I'm reading it from the original paper version, which I have. Unlimited horizons await. Introducing the 890 Jump. The best sunset is the one you haven't seen yet. The best noodles are worth traveling light years for. The secret to happiness is whispered inside every jump point. Once you know this about life amongst the stars, you will never settle for less than the best means to enjoy it. Fortunately, thanks to the 890 Jump, you will never have to. With an elegant, sleek exterior that bellies its spacious interior, the 890 Jump is a true engineering marvel, crafted to impress from every angle by combining a unique, innovative design with the finest materials and the most advanced technology. The result is a vessel that is in a class all of its own, a masterpiece worthy of the name Origin. This pre-order brochure will give you a glimpse of not only the most luxurious liner ever built, but of the universe it will allow you to explore. Reserve your 890 Jump today and secure your exclusive chance to experience the galaxy in a remarkable new way. Jennifer Friskers, President, CEO, Origin Jumpworks, GmbH. I think that very well sums up the Origin 890 Jump. It is a marvel of engineering. It is the ultimate statement of design. It's about absolute no compromises being made. It is about perfection in a spacecraft. But it is not about being the best combat ship, the best explorer, the best science ship. None of those things. It is all about being an exquisite place to be in, while allowing you to travel to the best places in the universe. I mean, there's a lot of course being told here about locations in the universe and some bits about the ship itself. But what I like to do is just read some of the quotes that they put in here, which I think are quite interesting and also give a bit of a perspective on what you should be thinking about when you're considering buying an 890 Jump, or if you're an owner of an 890 Jump. If you want to see where humanity has been, you visit Sol. If you want to see where it is going, you visit Terra. Senator Leonardo Royce, Terra, retired. Here of course we grab that first big thing about the Star Citizen universe, that rivalry between Sol and Terra, the old and the new. And the Origin 890 Jump is of course very much catered towards the new. It is about looking forwards. Like, this is a ship that's all about showing off not just showing off luxury, but also showing off humans' abilities, humans' engineering prowesses, human artistic natures. All of those things are brought together into this one single ship. It is about showing off in the most purest sense possible. And it's not about showing off in a very annoying way, but it's about showing off really about elegance and just marketing itself, but also mankind with it in a way. Now let's turn the page. The human language's greatest shortcoming is being unable to capture the beauty of the Olympus pool. Horace Fusson, artist. So here we go from this point of old and new towards art. The never-ending desire to capture beauty, or to just capture a scene, a feeling. Humans always have liked to capture things. We always like to tell a story, whether it's a spoken one or whether it's a painting, a picture, a recording, a video, you name it. Whenever we see something that we deem to be truly beautiful or interesting or anything, we want to capture it. For ourselves, but also to share with others. And I think the 890 jump is going to be one of those things that you want to capture, but also one of those things that you will use to go to the places that you want to capture. Instead of just seeing a recording, you go in your 890 jump, you see a recording and you go to where that recording was made. You go there to experience it for yourself. And you go there knowing that you're going to be traveling on board arguably the best ship in the verse. And talking about traveling to perfect places, how about this quote? Think of the perfect planet. What you just imagined is called Sasay, or how you're able to pronounce that, I'm sorry, I don't know. Isabella Fiumi. So yeah, as I said, like the Origin 890 jump, it is about going from a place of beauty in a ship of beauty to another place of beauty. Nowhere is going to be put a consideration towards earning money, or credits or whatever, or worrying about things. The Origin 890 jump is a ship that's all about not having to worry about anything. You're beyond the need to worry about things. And here is one of my two favorite quotes of this brochure. I find that living in the heavens suits me. Camille Yunder, former CEO, Crusader Industries. And think about it. Can you think of a finer place to be living in amongst the heavens, space, than a ship like an Origin 890 jump? It is a massive super yacht. It has all the comforts that you could desire of any place in the world, or in any of the worlds, in the universe, as we're talking about here. It has all of that in a mobile package. Its only inability is that it cannot capture the beauty and essence of everything at once. But to compensate, it can bring you to those locations. And now for my favorite quote of the brochure. The true value of a moment is learned upon its story being shared. Traditional Xian proverb. And whereas the previous quotes were all relatively, in lore, somewhat cheesy, I think this one is really, really true and powerful. But to keep it within a gaming sense, we're still talking about a game. When I read this quote, I always have to think about EVE Online. The stories that are being made by players in EVE Online are of legendary proportion. There's a very large group of people that do not play EVE Online, but they still keep track of all the stories, of all the tales that are being spun by the players, the wars that happen, betrayals, the robberies. And as amazing as it is to read those stories, to watch those stories, to listen to those stories, the feeling that you get when you share that story because you actually been there is so incredibly powerful. And that feeling shows you the true value as well of those moments. Because not always the moment themselves may be all that worth it, seemingly. But then later on you can share those stories and you just realize like the reaction of people, they're like, oh wow, it was actually truly an amazing moment. And I think looking at an Origin 890 jump, of course it's not going to be writing the history books of doing many great things, but it's going to be one of those ships that can be present when they happen. You're going to be there when the next Murray Cup champion is being crowned. You're going to be there when a new emperor is being crowned. All of those things, this ship is going to be around where the big things happen. It's a ship that you can use to travel towards the places where things will happen, but also a ship on which the place is to just sit down with people and share those stories. Not just share the stories that you experience with an 890 jump, but that you experience with your other ships. Maybe you just discovered a new planet with your Carack. Maybe you just been in an absolutely epic battle against the Vandul in a Hammerhead. Or maybe you just recently hunted down this really, really, really annoying bounty and you finally got him. And then what plays better than to just sit back with a beautiful view and a glass of fine whiskey in game, and if you like it like myself in real life, than an Origin 890 jump. And now back towards Earth. Every step, every breath, every sound has history to it. That's New York. Van Orva, singer. Because after all, what would a luxury ship be without an excellent sound system? But I think, when you're just reading through these quotes and you think about them, and if you want to read through the rest of this brochure, you realize, yes, there are things about the ship itself, the technical details, like, it has anti-border intrusion turrets and this strong armor, and it has this amazing spaces and all of that. You all start to realize that none of that really matters all that much. It is not really all that relevant to a ship like an 890 jump. Because the only reason that you buy a ship like this is for the experience. You buy this ship to experience it. And that experience is for you personally, but also that desire to show off that experience in a way. You want to show off your luxury. Because if you did not care about showing it off, then you probably would be buying different sorts of ships. Like, when you're looking at the stats, for example, looking at all these weapon systems, you're going to be putting the most expensive weapon systems on an Origin 890 jump. Because even if you're never going to use them, you want people to know that you have the best. Because that's why you buy an 890 jump. You buy this ship to have the absolute best. Even though you know it's not a combat ship, you have the absolute best engineering, you still want also the best engineered weapon on there. Because you're not going to take a substitute for that. Maybe those missiles, they cost 3 times more than a missile that's only marginally less effective. That would maybe cost, one that costs 3 times more, that would cost 1/3. But you're still going to have those that cost 3 times more. Because you're not settling for anything less than perfection. That's why you buy an 890 jump. You want that sense of perfection, and you know that it is an absolute, utter waste of money if you're looking at it from a practical and functional standpoint. But you want it. You want that feeling. And let's face it, for most of us, we're not going to go to space. So games like this are the closest that we're going to be to experiencing it. And especially living in space. That's not going to happen for us in our lifetimes. Maybe it will happen, but certainly not in a way like this. So having that experience, for us people who buy this ship, that's worth it. That's why we want an Origin 890. We want that experience above all else things, and we realize that it's beyond that really truly pointless. Yeah. As I said, this is the ship, think about it. Parking it next to the Murray Cup race. And there's a quote here of one of a Murray Cup pilot, apparently. People argue about what makes flying at New Horizons so dangerous. Through this, it is how damn beautiful the place is. Talk about distracting. Polio Nefford, Murray Cup pilot. Is that not really an example as well? No. This ship is going to be so beautiful, I think. And just looking at the stuff that we have already, I think it will be. But I think there will be sites in the universe that will be even more beautiful. And as this quote says, "A lot can change in a single jump. Vernon Tar, nav jumper, forced contact with Banu." Sure, your 890 is probably not going to be the one that takes that first jump, but you might take it in that Carack. And really, even if you take a jump in an 890, a lot can change. But whatever will change, you probably feel quite good about it. Because you are in a ship that can handle it. You know that you're in a ship that can experience all of the beauty that the universe has to offer. And I think, looking at that, it's expensive. It's absolutely pointless in many ways. But I truly think that an Origin 890 jump, if you have the money, and if you want that feeling, is probably the best money that you can spend in Star Citizen. It is a beautiful ship. It is a totally useless ship if you want to make money. But it's going to offer, I think, an experience that's going to be unique, not just in Star Citizen, but in games in general. Because games often forget that we like to relax. We like to chill the fuck out when we're playing our games. And I cannot think of a better ship, a better place to be in than Origin 890 Jump, when you just want to chill out in a game. You just want to sit there and relax, watch the universe float by, maybe for hours on end. You know what? I think to those of us that own this ship, I think our belief will be that's money well worth spending. And that's money really well spent in a lot of cases for us. But yeah, that is my view on the Origin 890 jump. There's not really much to theorycraft about. This is not a ship about specifications, about potential engagements, means of making money. This is a ship about experiences, about stories, about relaxation, about luxury. But I think above all, the most important thing that we can do with this ship is to share it. For a story that is not being shared truly has no value. This has been Kade. I hope you found this video interesting. And I hope you find this ship interesting, because I certainly do. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Farewell.